Hello, my name is Matt Kraus. I am the CV doctor in Istanbul, Turkey. The title of this lesson is Show Your Achievements, Not Your Job Descriptions. Your CV is a place to highlight your achievements, not to list your job descriptions. Job descriptions are boring. Job descriptions are average. They're what anyone would do in that job. Your achievements, on the other hand, are special. They are unique. They're valuable. They tell your reader what kinds of contributions you made at the companies that you worked for. Now, when I applied the same lesson to my own CV, I found so many things that could be improved. So today I'm going to show you 3 of them, and let's get started with example number 1. Now, this one's under the first job, Independent Business Communications Coach. Look at the first sentence. Provided training in business communications and presentation skills. Now, that's a job description. Sure, to many people, it's a valuable service, but it's still a job description. It tells you what I did, not what I accomplished, not why it was valuable to my clients. So here's how we turn that into an accomplishment. Try this sentence. Improved clients' communication skills by showing them how to anticipate the needs of their audience, focus their thinking, and squeeze better results from their existing English levels. All right, then let's delete the old sentence. All right, let's look at that. What's the difference? Well, the new version focuses on why clients came to me. Not what did I do, but what benefit did the clients get. All right, so let's look at the second example. Look at this one under Eddie Bauer. Look at the first bullet point. Used store trend analysis and field feedback to develop monthly sales plans for 550 retail and outlet stores. Now, that's a job description too. It tells you what I did. It doesn't tell you how I made it better, or how I invented something new, or how I benefited the company. So let's find something better to say. Well, one thing I did was I improved the forecasting process. I improved the analysis process so it would give better results. That's a good start. It's an achievement. But, the forecasts were better. So what? Who cares? Well, when the forecast got better, the sales managers spent less time in the office adjusting the forecasts and more time in the stores helping the customers. That's the benefit. So let's change this bullet point to improved store level sales forecasting for 550 retail locations. Those sales managers could spend less time in the office adjusting forecasts and more time on the sales floor with customers. All right, and then let's get rid of the old sentence. And let's take a look at this. So you see what we did was we started with I did forecasting. And then we changed it to I improved the forecasting, which was better. And then we made it even better, saying I improved the forecasting so the sales managers could make more money for the company. All right, so let's do one more example. The third example. Let's do this one under Progressive International, under Purchasing Supervisor. And let's go down to bullet point number 3. As member of implementation team installing a new ERP system, manage the transition from merchandising and purchasing departments, design new processes and train department staff for the new system, worked extensively with programmers throughout the transition to the new system. Well, that's a long one, and there are many improvements we can make to it. However, let's start with one thing. Take this sentence. Design new processes and train department staff for the new system. Now that's a job description. It tells you what I did. It doesn't tell you what I achieved. It doesn't tell you how I helped the company. So how can we make it better? Try this one instead. Design better processes that leveraged strengths of the new system and taught department staff how to use them. And let's get rid of the old version here. Okay, let's look at our design better processes that leverage strengths of the new system and taught department staff how to use them. And let's ask, how is that an achievement, not a job description? Well, first of all, it tells the reader that these were better processes, not just new processes, better processes. And second, it tells the reader I was taking advantage of the strengths of the new system. I was exploring the system to find new ways it could help us. And then I was making sure that we used those new ways. All right, sounds good. That's 3 examples. That's it for today. All right, remember, the topic for this lesson was show your achievements, not your job descriptions. Stop filling your CV with a bunch of boring, old job descriptions. Instead, fill it with exciting, valuable, interesting achievements that tell the reader what kinds of contributions you made at the companies that you worked for. And remember, your CV can always be improved. You can always use these lessons. They never get old. So improve your CV, and then improve your CV, and improve your CV again. My name is Matt Kraus. I am the CV doctor in Istanbul, Turkey. Thank you very much. Talk to you later.